All right, now we're going to focus on multiplication and division equations. So let's take a look at the first example here. We have 20 equals 4x. Now, whenever you have a number next to a letter like that, that means multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication is going to be division. Now watch how I write this. I don't write division with the division symbol. I use the fraction, which is also a form of division. So you're going to write it with a line. Now 4 divided by 4 is 1. Well, 1x is the same thing as just x. So essentially those cancel out to give you x. Now on the other side, 20 divided by 4 is 5. So our answer should be 5. We're going to do checks just to make sure again. So let's rewrite the problem. Let's replace our x with our answer, which is 5. Let's do some multiplication. So 4 times 5 is 20, which means both sides are 20. That does check. All right, let's take a look at this one. Negative 8y equals 24. Again, we're going to divide by the number that's by the letter, which is negative 8. Don't forget that is a negative symbol there. Negative 8 divided by negative 8 is 1, so that's just y. 24 divided by negative 8 is negative 3. All right, let's go do the check. We're going to rewrite the problem. We're going to replace our y with our answer, which was negative 3. Now this is 24, which is equal to 24. That does check, which means that negative 3 is our answer. All right, let's move on to these equations. These equations look like fractions, and I just mentioned that fractions are a form of division. So to get that a by itself, we're going to do the opposite operation, which would be to multiply. Now watch how I write this. I'm going to use parentheses. You don't want to use dots. They look like decimal points, or x's look like variables. So we're going to use parentheses, and we're going to multiply both sides by that 4. Because the 4 and 4 cancel out, leaving you with a, and 8 times 4 is 32. All right, so let's do the check. We're going to rewrite. We're going to replace it with 32. 32 divided by 4 is 8. So 8 is equal to 8. All right, last example here before we do a word problem. So here we go. Here's our problem. I want to get that m by itself. So the number underneath is negative 3, which means I'm going to multiply by negative 3. Those cancel out, leaving us with just m. On the other side, I have negative 9 times negative 3, which is positive 27. Now let's make sure that's correct. So rewrite. We're going to replace 27 divided by negative 3 is negative 9, which means it does check. That is a good answer. All right, last one here is a word problem. Okay, it says that she mailed 138 letters during 6 days. So we're going to write and solve an equation to find out on average how many letters she mailed each day. Now, if she did this for 6 days, mailing X number of letters per day, that means that she would multiply 6 days times the number of letters that she did. That's going to give us our total of 138. So here's our equation. Now if it asked us to solve, we would divide both sides by 6 because that's a multiplication problem. So if I do that in the calculator, I would type in 138 divided by 6, which gives us 23 letters per day.